Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome to a new video. And this video is about my new build and it's Marauder Behemoth. But first of all, for the last build I was making, the Surfcaster Frostbling of Wintry Blast, I left the build because for my investment it felt a bit too squishy and too flicker strikey. With more investment, I think you can fix these things. And the build, I think, has a lot of potential, but probably isn't much for me. I've played Flicker once or twice, and this felt a lot like Flicker build, and I don't really love Flicker. I'm not a Flicker fan. Well, I like it for a day, but then I have to switch, basically, and it felt a lot like Flicker Strike. So, yeah, that's why I basically left the build. I might get back later, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, but for this build, it's a Behemoth, currently level 73. Exiled Red Behemoth. And it's... how would I say it? It's lackluster on damage, but already quite tanky. And that's exactly what I wanted. Well, maybe not being lackluster on damage, but the damage side of things I believe I can fix. But most importantly, I wanted to get tanky as fast as I can. Not even capped on resists yet, or at least on lightning res. And I felt quite tanky. Only 11k armor at the moment. And yeah, turns out that even without having any auras, you can feel quite tanky. And yeah, I basically made this build because I wanted something that would feel really great with all the attack speed. I was thinking about the skill that would scale quite nicely with attack speed. I'm gonna hit him with the Sold Saurius / DND. Yeah, I wanted to basically get a skill that would feel great with all the attack speed that the Ascendancy gives you. So basically, thanks to this node, attack speed per fortification, and also these gloves, attack speed per fortification. Currently I'm running 44 fortification, and that means for each one I'm getting 2% increased attack speed, thanks to this and my Ascendancy. So that's 88% attack speed at the moment. And that's not bad. Doesn't feel bad. And I was thinking about what would really scale good with attack speed, and I would say why not Volcanic Fissure? Because if the more attacks you basically put in, the more fissures there's gonna be, so basically more chance to overlap, right? And more clear potential and everything. So, and I also played a Volcanic Fissure before, and I knew the skill itself is great, but I always played it with a two-hander and more of a slam playstyle. But this is my first time trying it with attack speed. Sorry. So yeah, it's a attack speed Volcanic Fissure, and now for the items. Most of the gear is just currently scuffed completely. Just finished acts 5 levels ago. And yeah, Gold Rim, Leveling Ring. This one I'm reusing from my last character. This is not a bad ring, at least for now. Amulet I just bought to fix my attributes and also get a Flat Fizz and Life. This amulet is not bad, I would say. I'm gonna use it, I think, for a while now. I think I'll be using it for a while. Yeah, shield. I just bought a shield from a vendor and slammed it a couple times with Scours and Alchemies until I hit some resists. During leveling, of course. Boots. 7 league steps from leveling. The gloves, Celestial Brace. Just for the max fortification and attack speed per fortification. Belt I'm also reusing from previous character. It's mainly just resist and life. And yeah, the really interesting thing is Replica Feral Fur. I remember this used to cost like 20 to 40 divines or exalts back then, but yesterday I bought it for 30 chaos, and that felt great. I basically wanted to figure out a way how to get frenzy and endurance charges even on bosses, because since you cannot use spells, that means you cannot have marks, and you cannot use things on the skill tree like the mark mastery. Yeah, this one, 10% chance to gain frenzy charge when you hit marked enemy. You're not gonna be marking anyone because your spells are disabled and marks are spells, so... And now you cannot use it with mark on hit. I already tried it. It just won't go off, so... that's why, basically, I'm not gonna be using these masteries. And I wanted to figure out the way how to get frenzy and endurance charges on bosses, because you also cannot use anything like automation or the, what is it, call to arms for your war cries being automatic. So this is gonna just fix all my generation of endurance and frenzy charges, and yeah, also gives me bunch of armor and evasion. I'm converting the evasion to armor thanks to iron reflexes, and a bit of life, and also onslaught during the cat's agility. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick. Yeah, but I also need to get aspect of the cat somewhere, and I was searching for aspects on wiki, and aspects don't seem to have the spell tag, so that means you can use any aspect you want. And since you cannot use any auras, I think I'm gonna be using a lot of aspects in this build, because if aspects are not spells, that would mean I can basically reserve my mana with aspects, because I cannot use any auras, because auras are tagged as spells. So, no auras at the moment, but I'll be using aspects. And yeah, for my weapon, it's just a 300 physical DPS X that I bought for 10 chaos during leveling, and yeah, got that going on for me. Flasks, nothing, basically nothing leveling flasks, and the tincture. Yeah, you press the tincture, basically, you know, it's not gonna degen you while you're in your hideout, but yeah, with this mana, all you need to get is a bit of mana leech, and the tincture's gonna last quite a long time. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be using some good tinctures with this build, in this build. So that's the gear. Now let's quickly fly over the skill tree. Currently it's completely scuffed, right? I'm only level 73, so it's nothing crazy really. But the thing I'm trying to get here is basically scale something. I'm trying to get damage, but not by taking crit, because I'm not a crit build, I'm resolute technique build. And I'm scaling damage mainly through rage, because I'm having 60 maximum range, and 60 maximum range equals to 60 more attack damage, or more damage with attacks. So I'm getting a lot of rage, and also I'm pure fire build, so I'm getting avatar of fire. And yeah, basically this is how the skill tree looks like. Also these maximum fortification nodes are important. And yeah, I bought this cluster jewel for 1.4 divines with veteran defender and feel the fight, and 2 jewel sockets. But feel the fight is important because you need to get some mana leech. And I don't know if it really is worth to put this skill tree into the description, but if anyone wants to see it, I'll put it into the description as always. But the skill tree is gonna get a lot of changes. And the Ascendancy Rampager, you basically have to get this one. This is the one that disables your spells, but gives you basically permanent rampage. And the rampage isn't working just in a way that that you need to kill stuff. You actually need to just hit stuff to keep up the rampage with this node. So it's basically a permanent rampage. Then Dire Rampart. Melee hits fortify and regenerate life per fortification. That's just great because we're getting a lot of fortification. And Tireless Frenzy for the maximum fortification and the attack speed. And the last one's gonna be surely this for the 15% maximum rage mainly. But also the chance when you would gain rage to gain up to maximum also should be nice for closing down the ramping window, basically. Yeah, and also 15 maximum rage is just 15% more damage. That is not bad. Yeah, so this is the skill tree currently. I'm gonna leave it in the description. And yeah, that's it for the build for now. I'll be surely making a lot more updates on this build because I was just craving for some melee action again. Can't even remember when was the last time when I played melee as a third character during a league. So that's kind of crazy to me. So yeah, that's it for the build for now. And I'll hit you with more updates in the next video. So for now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. And see you next time, Exile. Bye bye.